Hi everyone, so let me welcome all of you on YourPedia Education, and presently I am sitting in the office of Director IIT Mandi, Professor Behera. So sir, I congratulate you on the completion of 10th Convocation of IIT Mandi.
Thank you.
It was a wonderful event yesterday, I could see, and you presented your report card of IIT Mandi, and I could see that this year a record number of graduates are coming out of this premium institute, especially PhDs. So I start my interaction with you, Professor Behera. So I want you to tell us about the evolution of the new Center of Excellence, which is IIT Mandi.
Thank you very much for attending our 10th convocation. You see, this is the convocation we had in campus after 2 years because of the COVID.
Yes.
So people were taking the degree offline. So hence there was a lot of homecoming, and you could have felt the students were happy, parents are happy being in the campus.
Yes.
And I have already shared a lot about the IIT Mandi and the convocation. If you look at the evolution, we are in a very remote place. As such, Himachal is a very difficult place to reach.
Yes, that's true.
It is not a difficult place to live,
But
it is a difficult place to reach.
That's true.
Once you come to this place, you don't feel like living,
Yeah.
right? You see even the sunshine,
Yeah.
and the hills around, and the rivers, the streams, they make a fabulous ambience, and for particularly intellectuals and students in particular. So yes, locational disadvantage is there as far as IIT is concerned, and hence you can imagine the difficulty with which our founding director and others must have gone through
Yes.
to set up this IIT and bring it to this level. And so yes, it's a tough journey, starting from Mandi city to South Campus, and then South Campus to North Campus.
Yes.
It's a history.
So, Professor Behera, I could also see that is a uniqueness in IIT Mandi, that we are seeing two campuses. Normally it is not there.
Now, actually, what has happened is that you see that our lands are in different parcels.
Yeah.
One land parcel here, another here, another here, another here.
Okay.
So they were not connected.
Okay.
Now also they are not connected.
Okay.
Particularly in this year, there were a lot of landslide, and we have landslide between South Campus and North Campus a lot in this last 4-5 months after August. And frequently this campus gets isolated from the other campus. So that is why when I came here, my first plan was to unify this campus. But you know that we are a government organization. We have to follow all the rules, protocols before taking up any. So we are now ready to build a road from the northeast corner of the campus and connect all the land parcels, and build a motorable road over the hill that connects South Campus and North Campus.
Right.
So that way it will be one campus.
Okay.
So that process will be complete.
Okay.
If you come here after, let's say, 6 or 7 months
Yes.
from now,
Yes.
you will see this will be one campus.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Professor Behera, when we go to some another new center of excellence like IIT Gandhinagar, we went last year. We are going to IIT Hyderabad presently also. These are the plain areas. So I presume that the construction work and everything will be quite easier in those kind of places. So how is it difficult in terrains like IIT Mandi?
Yeah, it is very difficult because you have to cut the hills.
Right.
You have to build protecting walls whenever you are building a road or building a building. It's very costly. And more important is that in plain you have many the big pool of vendors.
Okay.
who can come and do your work.
Right.
And you are limited here.
Right.
Many times you give the tender
Right.
and we have only one bid.
Right.
So you have to float again.
Okay. Okay.
Because the government rule says at least 3 vendors you must have, right?
Right.
3 bids. So that is why it is not easy to develop things here while fulfilling the government guidelines.
Right. So we started IIT Mandi 2009, as I was listening to your address yesterday. So as per the master plan, Professor Behera, where we think we have reached so far? So what percentage of total, whatever we have decided that this will be the total campus master plan for the campus, where we have
You
reached?
say that government of India, they gave us a big fund.
Right.
That's around 1062 crore. Out of which around 275 as a loan.
Right.
That was in the project mode.
Right.
And that project mode is over now.
Right.
We have completed
Right.
executing whatever is supposed to be built. So whatever you are seeing, we have I think 2 lakh square meter construction area.
Right.
That includes academic building, hostels, staff quarters, all the facilities, sports facilities, everything that you are seeing now.
Right.
So this is being built. This is the first phase is complete.
Okay.
Okay. Now any IIT to grow further,
Right.
you cannot always depend on government India.
That's true.
Because they have given their thing. Now we have to plan in a way such that we can expand.
Right.
And one of the thing to expand is how much internal revenue we are able to generate.
Right.
And because of certain reasons, our internal revenue is very little. It's within 12 to 15 crore.
Okay.
And out of which we almost pay 10 crore in the repayment of the HEPA loan.
Okay.
So in that sense, our income is very little to make an expansion. So that's why we have applied to the government of India 333 crore. So that in next 5 years, we can have 5,000 students in this campus. Now we have 2,360 students. We have around 160 faculty members, and this number is going to reach within a month or two almost 180 plus. So we would like to add another 120 to 150 faculty member in another 5 years.
Okay.
So that is what is the 5-year plan. How to make this campus expand in such a way that our internal revenue would be significant to make further expansion of the campus. But as you mentioned that this time we graduated 64 PhD students, and this is one of the emphasis that we are giving, that how we can participate more in knowledge generation, and in particularly focus on problems of social relevance. So that is what I was telling yesterday
Yes.
in the convocation.
Yes. In continuation to what you just mentioned, and I could listen to that yesterday, Professor Behera, whenever some center of excellence comes in a state like Himachal, which is a special state, so people have a lot of expectations from such institutes. You said socio-economic aspect of local areas. How do you think this kind of institute of center of excellence like IIT Mandi is going to contribute in later years in that particular aspect?
Yeah, IIT Mandi, if it cannot fulfill such expectation of the people, then we as an institute will be relevant.
That's true.
We are not here simply to publish some papers and forget the problems around us.
Yes.
So that is why I have triggered all our faculty members to look forward in terms of research which will have a translational component solving the problems of people. So as I had said in the convocation yesterday, some of the problems that we can look at in terms of sustainable development, the application of AI and robotics for solving the problems of Himachal Pradesh. So just to give you again, repeat what I have said, in climate control agriculture.
Right.
I had told that the food security and food safety. Food security means you have to feed 7 billion people of the world.
Right.
That's food security.
Right.
Food security of India means almost feeding 1.5 billion people in India.
Right, sir.
Right? That's food security. And what is food safety? Providing food that is not adulterated.
That's true.
Right? So this food security and food safety is one of the top 23 problems that United Nations also have highlighted
Yes.
that the world is facing.
Yes.
And so also we are facing. Now what is happening in agriculture all over India is, unfortunately, this is being operated by unskilled people,
Okay.
not skilled people. You bring skilled people to the agriculture, then yield would increase. They would be concerned about the safety of the food. Now we are using lot of synthetic fertilizer. Once you use synthetic fertilizer, what happens is that they are very prone to the insecticide. Insects would attack them
That's
because they don't have natural immunity. We do natural organic farming in Vrindavan,
okay.
in our Gurukul campus. And last year, there were this hailstorm, Ole.
Yes.
Ole, you understand?
Yes,
that?
yes.
Hailstorm.
Yeah, that is very common in this.
So that Mathura, Vrindavan, all those part hailstorm happens, and this the paddy, the wheat paddy,
Right.
everywhere, all our around the neighbors, their fields were completely destroyed because of the hailstorm. But because ours was natural, they remained as it is.
Survived.
You see that? So this kind of knowledge, even if you have unskilled people, they go by their monotonous way. They will still use the same thing. They will not go for natural farming. They don't see the advantage. Right? So these are the things that we have to address. First, how we attract the skilled people.
Right.
If you want to attract skilled people, because agriculture doesn't happen in urban area.
That's true.
This happens in the rural framework. So hence, you have to ensure that there is dignity, because in India, agriculture means no dignity. People think this is not a good profession. And second, that you have to increase the yield. And yield is not like simply twice or 4 times you do. It has to be 10 times or more than 5 to 10 times. So this is what, if we target, then very qualified people, and particularly those who are concerned with the our environment, they will come back and do agriculture. Right? The countries like Netherlands and Israel, they are doing climate controlled agriculture. Netherlands is the second biggest exporter of food item after United States of America. So this is what is the motivation for us to start climate controlled agriculture. So what we are doing, the technology is already there. This has to be brought here, adapted to our climate. Proper technology solution have to be given. It has to be made as cost effective as possible. We have to involve the local farmers here, little skilled, those who are little educated, and then we encourage them Like there are many people who have a BTech degree or even ITI degree or any a professional degree, and they are wondering for a job, right?
Yes, sir.
So we bring them, we tell them, please come. We give them some remuneration, please work here.
Okay.
So once they work, they understand and they see the value here, right? So they can go back to their village and small land they are there, they can put up it's kind of a factory, climate control agriculture.
That's true.
It's a poly house, under that there is climate controlled automation system. You can create natural mist, you can create natural rain, artificial mist, artificial rain. And you can grow varieties of things from strawberries to broccoli to cherry tomato and anything that would people need throughout the year, right?
Yeah,
And hence if Himachal, we might target in next 1.5 year is that we should be able to develop 100 to 150 entrepreneurs, farmer entrepreneurs.
Wonderful.
So if that is there, of course in 5 years you can imagine, just by word of mouth, this may go to thousands. And once farmers see that it is giving handsome, and you remain within this natural ambience of Himachal,
Yes.
you don't have to go to NCR for earn a livelihood. And then they will beautify this place and Himachal is suffering from monkey menace. The monkeys, they don't get food deep in the forest. There are no fruit trees. See, our ancestors, they were good at planting fruit trees. Why?
For this.
Because they were concerned that the others are also there.
Yeah.
So monkeys also have to get food.
Yes.
So they planted these fruit trees deep in the jungle. But you are here, you have only pine trees. Good for nothing.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. So the monkeys are coming and destroying things here.
Yes.
So once you have a poly house, you are freed from monkey menace, you are freed from hailstorm, you are freed from varieties of other things. Right? And still you are able to grow food and feed others. So this is one of the things that we would like to do immediately that would affect or impact on the socio-economic fabric of Himachal.
Yeah, wonderful. Professor Behera, now coming to next part of this and the use of technology in getting these objectives fulfilled. I realized a couple of years back, government of Himachal was very serious about use of drones, maybe for all these applications also. And I also know that you have that background of drones, and I want to ask you, Professor Behera, how much that particular thing can be done from IIT Mandi?
Yeah, see, since I came here, I involved some of the robotics people here to write a proposal for setting up a drone fabrication and testing lab.
Okay.
See, what is happening, if you don't have manufacturing facility, you can develop technology, customized technology. What is happening in India at best, we are procuring the hardware, even Chinese product,
Yes.
right? And then what we are doing? We are simply adding some software. That is not good way. If you really want to say Atmanirbhar Bharat, which our Prime Minister is saying, you have to manufacture these drones, customize it.
Yes.
Its endurance, what kind of battery it should have, how much payload it can carry, and proper design, and then after customizing, fabrication, and then embedding that with electronics, then putting software, and creating complete package. That is the need. And this is what we want to do at IIT Mandi. We are approaching funding agencies. We have not been successful yet, but we have talked to Koika. Koika has shown immense interest
Yes.
in drone technology because they understand drone technology has value for Himachal Pradesh. Because many times when these landslides are there,
Yes.
the villagers, they may not have the medicine. They may not have even minimum groceries necessary.
Yes.
So we can send these things by drone, right? And there are other things here is because this is a border area, patrolling by drone, the infrastructure upkeep,
Yes.
like bridges, the roads, seeing the upstream,
Right.
this water source, what is happening there. So all those inspection is not very easy in a hilly terrain.
Right.
So drones are the best thing.
It can lead to employment generation also.
Yeah, obviously. Employment generation is natural. When you bring a technology, people have to operate it, people have to maintain it, and all those things are there. So in that sense, if you look at drone technology is very much necessary for Himachal. But what I am trying to do is that I want to establish a national facility in drone technology at IIT Mandi, so that anybody, anywhere in India can come here, stay for 15 days. They design the drone, they fabricate it, they embed the electronics with it, they test it. Testing is very important because you send a drone, what is happening 1000 meter off, you don't know. Whether there is a wind turbulence or something, so it has to stabilize
Yes.
there. So testing is very important. So all these things we need to do. But that is my proposal.
Wonderful. Professor Behera, any growth of any center of excellence like IIT cannot be seen in isolation. When we see older IITs like IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, so we have industrial hubs around these IITs. So Himachal as a state, as we are already aware, industrial hub is not there, certainly not very close to this particular IIT. So what challenge do you see in the evolution or growth of this center of excellence, knowing well that industrial hub or industrial base is not in the proximity?
We don't have to have an industrial hub for IIT to flourish.
Okay.
Because we have enough problem to solve.
Yes.
Being here.
Yes.
Himachal Pradesh tourism.
Yes.
It's a big sector. It requires technological empowerment.
Yes. Wonderful.
Right? Like the tourists are coming. Sometimes they may be trapped in different places because of the cloud burst.
Right.
Because of the landslides.
Yes.
So that's the solution that we have to provide.
Tourism is a very big industry.
Very big industry. Himachal, one of the main source of income is tourism.
Yes.
So we don't need industry, but if we develop some technology, industry can come.
Yes, you can
Industry can come and partner.
Yes.
And take this forward.
Wonderful.
Right. And similarly, climate control agriculture. We don't need industry in the beginning.
Okay.
We need to motivate the farmers. Once farmers realize that this is very successful, and automatically industry and NABARD and others, they would come, they would fund the farmers, and they will assist, they will provide all these poly houses, they will manufacture this. But we have enough problems now, as of now, to work on.
Yes.
And we will be working with industry, there is no doubt. We are contacting some of the industry. You saw in our convocation, Hitachi came.
Yes.
They are interested in AI and robotics here.
Yes.
Our BOG governor, BOG member, Board of Governor member, Mr. Hemant Sood, he came.
Yes.
He has a lot of enthusiasm in data science as well as AI and robotics.
Wonderful.
So TCS, we have signed MOU with them. Many other industries we are. We have also innovation hub here in human computer interface. So connecting with industry are steps forward.
Yeah, wonderful. Professor Behera, the most important part in any center of excellence are human being, HR part. So how difficult it is to bring very good faculty members and attract the students from all over India to this campus?
any place you go, they have their pros and cons. We
Yes.
also have our pros and cons.
Yes.
We have locational disadvantage.
Yes.
So people may not like to come here.
Mm.
Nowadays, if anybody wants to join IIT, he or she wants his or her wife or husband also to be observed
Yes.
there. So this is a two-body problem,
Yes.
which is normally called.
Yes.
And they are not very easy to satisfy being at Himachal,
Yeah.
and that too in IIT Mandi,
Yes.
which is almost a place on its own.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yes, so these are issues. We have to live with that.
Yes.
Instead of saying we are in a disadvantageous situation.
Mm.
But we have to see the positive thing.
Yes.
There are many who have joined IIT Mandi.
Mm-hmm.
Through my interaction, I realized they wanted hilly area to
Yes.
live.
Yes. There are people. Yes.
Because see, who comes to teaching?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who wants to make a lot of money, why he will come to teaching? Teaching doesn't pay. You know, when I joined IIT Kanpur in 2001,
Okay.
my salary was 19,000 rupees.
Okay.
Whereas in Germany, I was getting 5 lakh rupees per month
Okay.
salary. From 5 lakh,
To
I
19,000.
came 19,000.
Okay.
So nobody would come unless you what is it called? You have that
Yes.
strong desire
Yes.
to be. Your nature has to be
Like that.
academic in spirit.
Yes, that's true.
Ah.
And all the ingredients are available in IIT Mandi for that.
So I would say, IIT Kanpur is a very nice place where I lived 20 years. But IIT Mandi is more beautiful. You can go for trekking anytime you want. The ambience is so nice. You can have a sun bath. You cannot have sun bath in Kanpur because the summer it's so hot.
Yes.
Winter there is no sun.
That is true for IIT Delhi and all these IITs also.
Yeah, everywhere. You see, but that way, yes, every place will have pros and cons. We have certain advantages, and we have to work. We have to understand what is our strength, and only focus on our strength instead of looking at weakness.
That is very true. So, Professor Behera, I have already taken a lot of your time, sir. So, I'll ask you last question now, and that is related to the ranking of these IITs. Sir, if we talk about geopolitical situation of some states in India like Northeastern Sisters or Himachal Pradesh or Jammu and Kashmir, we find that we have IITs, we have NITs. Except IIT Guwahati and NIT Silchar, we don't find many center of excellence very high in NIRF rankings. So does the geopolitical situation of these center of excellence is a permanent handicap for these institutes to come at the top?
Actually, you see, let me answer this question from different perspective. You see, if we are after ranking, then you cannot score well.
That's true.
You have to have a culture of excellence.
Yes.
And culture of excellence is not that it can be done in Bangalore, it cannot be done in Himalayas.
Yes.
So this is a spirit that has to be imbibed, cultured. And see, what a faculty has to do. Faculty has to teach well. For teaching well, he has to do good research. Because if he doesn't know what is happening around, how can he motivate his students? Nowadays, you simply cannot go and take a book and present in the whiteboard or blackboard. Right? You have to motivate students why they have to learn this subject, why this subject is important, right? And the ramification that if they do well in this, where they can look for. So this kind of motivation is possible if you are doing a very persistent research in challenging problems, right? So And once you want to do research, you need fund. So you have to go and approach the funding agencies
Right.
and impress upon them. This is a good problem. Suppose you think something is good problem, but experts don't feel. Then you must know that you are not thinking in the right direction.
That's true.
Right? So that means doing research, bringing funds, and aiding that to improve your teaching. If every faculty is doing this, ranking would naturally follow.
Yes.
We should not be following after
No,
ranking.
yeah.
Then we will be trying to manipulate the data here and there. So this is not how I look at things. So I have been, after coming here, I am telling, I'm sitting with the young faculty.
Yes.
I'm telling them focus on this problem. We have hired one technical advisor who is helping our faculty member to connect with the external world where there are problems. So they are bringing those people, connecting them.
Right.
So this is how this Hitachi also came. Is a successful story from that effort. And so yes, there are steps we have to take. And I do not, I am not in favor of running after ranking. We should establish culture of excellence within, then ranking would automatically follow.
Wonderful. So that brings us to an end of this wonderful session, sir. So I'm really thankful. After a very busy schedule, you spared time for this interaction, and I wish you all the very best in the growth of your Center of Excellence, sir. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you very much.